The priest who was arrested last week on allegations that he took a minor without permission is now being accused of having sexual relations with the 17-year-old girl. Although widely speculated, the allegations were made public in a letter written to Child Protective Services and the Archbishop. Deacon Steve Martinez sent the letter to Archbishop Anthony Apparon and to Child Protective Services. In it, he says Father Luis Camacho, quote, illegally transported a 17-year-old minor child from Southern High School without her parents' permission, had the minor child hide as they drove away from the school, drove the minor child to Subway and then to a remote beach in Agate, and had sexual contact with her. Deacon Martinez tells PNC that he felt obligated to write the letter because he was personally contacted by someone with direct knowledge to the case. Father Luis, the pastor of the San Dimas and San Dionisio parishes, was eventually arrested and charged with custodial interference, but he was booked and released. He then resigned as pastor of the parishes. Tim Rohr is a local blogger on Catholic activities on Guam and offers some insight on the situation.
If he was just a regular priest and not a pastor, it's certainly grounds for discipline and probably, a retreat for a couple of years to someplace to think through and do penance or something like that. But the fact that he's a pastor puts him in a position of authority over people. And so that's the same as if you're a teacher or a school principal or whatever, and you've got somebody, doesn't matter how old they are, but you have authority over them. That becomes a whole different level of abuse.
But what Rohr says he's more concerned about is how the Archdiocese is handling the case. Rohr believes, as with other scandals in the church, this is yet another scandal they are trying to sweep under the rug. Rohr believes this is because Father Luis is a product of the controversial neo-catechumenal way.
But I believe Father Luis is a victim too, a victim of a machine that needs to turn out these young guys as fast as they can to serve an agenda. They're not properly vetted, they're not properly educated, and then they pump him out, ordain him, and they put him down in the South all by himself and make him pastor of 2 parishes before he even knows how to say Mass practically.
Rohr points out that Father Camacho was only 28 years old when he was ordained back in 2013.